Hello, couplets. Welcome back to another Bear With Me with me, BearElliott. No, it's not Monday, but we are going to be reviewing a movie because I really wanted to get this one out there after I can't even talk about this movie without just feeling nauseous. That's how disgusted by this movie I was because I had high ambitions for it. I was really looking forward to it as I loved the first one. It was very juvenile and I like juvenile comedies and I was like, oh, this is awesome. And you're probably wondering like, what the world are you talking about, Bear? What movie is this? It's Neighbors 2. Now, if you saw Neighbors 1, it was really entertaining because you have this newly married couple as they're in their first year of marriage, and a frat house moves in beside them, and chaos ensues. And how can you go wrong with Zac Efron? Zac Efron. You know who I'm talking about. That really hot guy from High School Musical. He's grown up. Ooh, he's so cute. I felt a little dirty saying that, but he's really cute. In the first one, it was humorous. There was a lot of comedy. There was a lot of physical comedy. I was expecting number 2 to be the same way. But this time, we have the exact same married couple. We have Seth Rogen and his wife. I don't remember her name. She's not really relevant in this movie. It was weird. Their intelligence really was like a wave. Up, down, up, down, up, down. But you have Seth Rogen, and then you have him and his wife, and they have a baby. Now, these two are the worst parents on the planet. They should not be allowed to reproduce. No. Not at all. There should be a law where parents or people that want to be parents, they need to pass a test. You need to pass a test to be able to drive and operate a vehicle. I think you need to be able to pass a test to be able to rear a child. These two would not pass this test. They are totally not prepared to raise a child. In fact, to the point where, and I guess on one level I would find it humorous, but on this one I just found it really, really disturbing that the toddler who kept finding the mother's dildo, and they just made a humorous joke about it. In fact, they even dress up the dildo in like a princess outfit and say it's an anime character. That was just disturbing to me, and I don't know, maybe it was a mood I was in when seeing this movie. I was like, what are you doing? And okay, I have no problem if you want to do marijuana whatsoever. This movie is basically just a marijuana movie. Cheech and Chong should have just shown up at some point in this movie because that's what it's all about. It's all about marijuana. And hey, if you want to do that, whatever. But there's a line when you become a parent and you've been a parent for a couple years now and you look like you're in your mid-30s, pushing your 40s years, that maybe having 15, 20 bongs all over the place in your house, and it was stupid, and it was kind of sad and pathetic. I did not relate to these characters in the second one. So this time the dilemma is they're selling their house because they're moving into a brand new house because his wife is pregnant with their second child. And I'm like, oh God, they did it again. And this movie I should have known was going to be bad from the first scene where they're having sex, the couple, and she pukes all over his face. That's basically what I felt like this movie was doing. It was just puking all over my face, and I just felt nauseous about this movie because it was just it was obnoxious. I'm sure people are going to leave comments of your review's obnoxious, but hey, my vlog, I don't care. And their dilemma this time is that instead of a fraternity moving in beside them, they have a sorority that moves in beside them. Because I don't know if this is real. I really didn't want to spend the energy researching it, because they say there's a rule that sororities can't party and have fraternity-like parties that fraternities have. And basically there's this underlying... It's interesting because they tried to have this underlying, I guess, storyline about feminist and being woman empowered and girl power, but it just came off of stupid. And there was one point when the sorority moves in, they're throwing these really, really loud parties. the couple, they're selling their house, they're in escrow, so the buyers can back out within 30 days, and they just want 30 days where the girls just be quiet, and the girls won't be quiet because they want to party! They want to do drugs! They want to be crazy! And so the couple, they infest the house with bed bugs, and then they ask their friends to dress up in Jewish outfits, and they make a very tasteless joke about Jewish people being in an oven. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm not the only one that's having a problem with this movie, because it was just bad. I mean, there was a couple chuckles in there, but when that joke, it was dead silence. It was like, oh, dude, that ain't cool. And it was really sad. And then, of course, at the end, it just seemed like they didn't know how to end the movie, so they just like, oh, this is how we're going to end it. And it's like, oh, okay. They're now renters of this house and to the sorority. So the sorority can have all the craziness. And I'm like, it was just stupid. What a stupid, stupid movie. The only enjoyable element to this was Zac Efron, I still screw up his name, Zac taking off his clothes, because there's a lot of him shirtless. Now, LGBT-wise, because I try to find why do I do my vlog is all about LGBT, is the LGBT side to this. This was interesting, because one of the characters does come back from the Neighbors 1, and it turns out he's gay. He's been hiding his sexuality all through college, and he's Zac Efron's best friend. I can't remember what his name is off the top of my head, but he's really, really cute. And I kind of wondered it when I was watching it in the first one, whether there was something going on between this character and Zac Efron. It was interesting because he comes out as gay after the first movie, and his boyfriend proposes to him. So they kick Zac Efron out because they want their apartment to themselves, and Zac is kind of lost. He doesn't know what to do with his life. Poor Teddy. He's working retail, and then he tries to help the sorority, and then he turns on the sorority when the sorority turns on him. The only benefit to this movie is seeing him shirtless. And there's a couple crotch scenes. I mean, shots. That's really the only benefit to this movie if you're LGBT. Is, well, if you're a woman, if you're a lesbian or not interested in crotches or good-looking men, then you're not going to like anything about this movie. And if you're into the girls, they were obnoxious. I mean, ugh. They were obnoxious. So overall, when it comes to this movie, Neighbors 2, I don't think I've ever in my reviews of my movies given it less than a 1. This is actually a -3. This movie dragged on. It was long. It was stupid. The comedy was like it was dialed in. It had no real ending that felt okay. There's no redeeming this movie. And the acting was mediocre. I really thought that they just basically did this movie so they could just get a whole bunch of people together and get high. That's what I think about this movie. So, buyer beware if you go to see Neighbors 2, because it sucks. So have yourself a wonderful day and go see something a lot better. That's what I have to say about that. Bye, Couplets!
I could go out in the darkness, see you calling my name. I hear you shouting, hear you calling, but it's not the same. Every word that you are throwing right into my back doesn't matter to me, cause I'm keeping my track. Let me go, let me go.